It's Monday, July 16, and time for your Barbados Today evening news update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Residents are calling for an end to the gun violence plaguing the country. The appeal comes on the heels of an incident this afternoon at Pickwick Gap, St. Michael, where two men were reportedly involved in a shootout. Police say no injuries have been reported so far. However, the situation is causing St. Michael resident Rafik Patel much concern.
Something wrong mentally, whether it is the parents' faults in the upbringing of the children, whether they're watching too much violence on social media, on television. But morality is going down, and all this immorality is leading to violence. This is to be, I've been living in this house since 1960. Only excitement we used to get before was at cricket. When cricket used to be played at Kensington, used to be thousands of people. But now, this used to be a peaceful area. But I don't know what's wrong with the youths. You know, what's going to happen to Barbados? This young generation coming up, where the future leaders are going to come from.
Investigations are continuing into this incident, as well as this morning's shooting at Silver Hill Drive, Christchurch, which left one man nursing an injury at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Police say 53-year-old Yu Yearwood of Wharton Plantation, Christchurch, was shot in the groin following an altercation with another man around 7:15 a.m. Lawmen are appealing to any witnesses to contact the emergency number 211 or the nearest police station. If the management of Coral Ridge Memorial Gardens has its way, Sunday's Puff of Color event at Searles Quarry in Christchurch will be the last. President of the Coral Ridge Group, Peter Griffith, tells Barbados Today the yearly event at the nearby location needs to be relocated as it has left the property with thousands of dollars in damage. He says the Sunday morning brawl, which has been making the rounds of social media, is the worst incident yet.
Yeah, we are seeking legal counsel on whether we can how we can proceed with this matter in terms of recouping any costs to us, and at the same time we are going to be pursuing measures of aid from police, help from the police and from the neighbors and so forth, to see if we can prevent the function from being up there.
Oh, okay. You
understand? Because it is an issue every year. One way or the next, we are affected by it. And why this is the worst so far, we really cannot sit back and just let this thing continue to be a problem and matters get worse and worse.
So not being able
but one of the more concerns to me too as well is to see our youth behave in the manner in which they behaved, and something needs to be done to address that issue.
Sponsors of the 4-day morning jam are putting measures in place to ensure that all is safe during the event. Barbados Light and Power Company says it will again provide extra lights along the route for better security and increased safety. Managing Director Roger Blackman says crews will be on the road over the next few days doing the necessary work.
Champion the whole idea of safety, and we certainly believe that not just 4-day morning, but all events for crop over can be incident-free. And we will work hard with our partners and stakeholders to ensure that that is achieved this year yet again. I know that the technical walkthrough isn't planned this afternoon, but I know that is planned within another few days.
Yes.
And so just to say we are happy to be part of that process, to walk the route checked on safety and security. I think there are about 70 or more lighting towers that are planned along the route. We will also be, along with the persons doing the inspection and the walkthrough, looking at street lighting, ensure that all of the street lights are addressed and in good working order along the route. And so I wish all of those who are going to be participating in that technical walkthrough well as they go about that important task and duty.
The Integrity in Public Life Bill is not yet a done deal. Attorney General Dale Marshall tabled the proposed legislation in Parliament last week. However, Prime Minister Mia Mottley says the debate is still open and the government will go the route of a select committee in order to get feedback from the public. She made the comment in an interview with veteran journalist David Ellis last night.
Because we feel that they ought to have a say at least for 4 to 6 weeks.
The commentary from the people of Barbados and select committee.
How we've done it in the past before. We did it with pre-deal larceny, we did it with road traffic, we did it with family law. You create a joint select committee of both houses and people can come and write and in some instances come and give oral evidence. But we want to be able to do it quickly so that by the time we come back by the end of summer, that we're in a position to make sure that the legislation has stopped. What we have asked is that for ministers to declare their assets and to have those assets sealed and put in a special safe until the Integrity Commission is being done. In most instances, there are some instances where accounting things, but I would imagine that before the end of this month, all will be in.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
On the regional scene, 162 Haitian nationals aboard 2 sloops were apprehended in Bahamian waters over the weekend. Their detention comes just days after a former ambassador warned that there would be an influx of migrants from Port-au-Prince given the recent riots there. We get more in this report from ZNS News.
Former Director of Immigration, non-resident ambassador to Haiti, and Deputy Permanent Representative to the Bahamas Mission to the United Nations, Dr. Davidson Hepburn, told ZNS News while visiting Cat Island that he is deeply concerned about the influx of Haitians that will invade our shores on wooden sloops in the coming month.
We have to have some policy, some situation in immigration where he said, yes, we can let these people in, but it's going to be for a certain period of time, etc., and then they have to go back. But the people who come here illegally should be sent back immediately. That poses a great problem for the Bahamas because it's a very expensive venture.
Dr. Hepburn says even before that deadly earthquake in Haiti 8 years ago, that impoverished nation continued to have its fair share of struggles. He is hopeful that Bahamians can see past the issues in Haiti and encourage residents to return home and make a better way of life for family and friends left behind.
And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump defends Russia over claims of interference in the 2016 presidential election. Trump contradicted U.S. intelligence agencies and said there has been no reason for Russia to meddle in the vote following talks with President Vladimir Putin in Helsinki today.
There was no collusion. I didn't know the president. There was nobody to collude with. There was no collusion with the campaign. With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, and you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.